Blood, sweat, and tears, I'm here. Blood, sweat, and tears, I'm here. I want to welcome y'all to the Darius Corbin Mystery School. Tonight I present to you the cycle of growth and our connections to the fourth season. I thank you for joining me. Now, before I start, I want you to vibe out to the music, the meditation, because we're going to be elevating, meditating, and if you're medicated, spiritually dedicated, enjoy. Enjoy. Peace to the ancestors, peace to the family, peace to our loved ones. They say we lose ones, but we never lose ones. In this life, we walk around as the lost ones. But some of us, we find ourselves in the darkness. And out of that darkness, we shine with the brightest garment you can never imagine. So tonight, I want you to know that you are divine, that you are spiritual, that you are mystical, that you are all. You are the supremes. And I'm not talking about Dana Ross. You are the supreme God. You are a supreme goddess. You are you. Stay focused on you. Stay true to you. And everything will stick like glue. I want to welcome you to the Darius Corbin Mystery School. I am Darius Corbin. I want you to joy tonight. In fact, I'm sure you will joy. This is healing at its best. I repeat, this is healing at its best. The Seasonal Soul. The Seasonal Soul. A mystic's guide to inner transformation. And guess what, family? You're a mystic. You're mystical. Shout out to mystical. Tonight I'm going to be starting off with the human self and the soul self. Because a lot of us who live in this mundane world, you have a program, you're so used to this, you have this schedule. You're used to the system and the programmings. That's the human self. But for those who know, you have a soul self too. Divine. The church folks say all you need is the faith size of a mustard seed. But in all actuality, once you shed this flesh and you transcend, that mustard seed, that pearl in the shell and the oyster is you. You illuminate everywhere you go. So I'm not going to hold on too long. I'm not going to tarry on too long. I want you guys to enjoy the show tonight. Let's go. Let's go. And we're going to let the music fade out. The light's going to cut off. I want you to stay in tune. The human self and soul self. Let's go to the soul self. You guys ready? Sounds like it. The soul self. The soul self is powerful light consciousness. The soul self is powerful light consciousness that is God's source. Let me put my eyes on both of them. Both of them. The soul self is powerful light consciousness that is God's source. At all times, it holds the human self with love and utmost respect, kindness, and understanding for who the human self is and its journey and choices. It would never override and influence the human self without the human self intentional request. Let me read that again. It would never override and influence the human self without the human self's intentional request or pre-arranged activated programming. This is where the soul of the human prior to coming into the human form in third-dimensional consciousness pre-plans according to larger soul evolutionary contracts to spontaneously activate a shift, often through an event to elevate and move the human self into a aligned state of growth. The soul self is whole and has access to all knowledge about all that is, and I quote, end quote, all that is, along with knowledge about many of the varying experiences of all the lives the multidimensional human self has had. This ain't your first life. You had 1,000 of them. Which the soul self had the pleasure of being a part of and experiencing. The soul self desires to experience contrast and expand through the human experience. The soul self works on a vibratory level where by incrementally moving through the higher and higher vibratory planes, it awakens the human self to its soul self aspect and invites the human self into increasingly grander states of awareness and realignment, which is in essence is the return of home. Hey y'all mind if I read that again? Cause that sounds sweet like candy. The soul self desires to experience contrast and expand through the human experience. The soul self works on a vibratory level where, by incrementally moving through higher and higher vibratory planes, it awakens the human self to its soul self aspect and invites the human self into increasingly grander states of awareness and realignment, which in essence is return home. Is the return home. Okay, that was the soul self. Let's go into the human self that we know oh so much about. The human self is the vehicle that offers the soul an avenue for expression for its universal consciousness. The human self has its own functioning system and blueprint that includes the ego, chakra, and larger energetic systems and physical, mental, and emotional programming that has primary foundational needs. These basic human needs are culturally varied and influence, drive, and motivate behaviors that are linked to the chakra system and energy bodies of the human self. Excuse me. That's why you hear at this age right now, people talk about your chakras, aligning your chakras, knowing the solar all the way to the root all the way to the crown, the solar plexus in between. Very important that you align your chakras. Well, let's keep going. These energetic aspects of the human self intersect with the soul self and any karmic or soul contracts the individual has created or agreed to, all of which creates opportunity for catalytic human self to soul self-healing and growth. This elevates the vibrational state of the human self and aligns the human aspect to the soul aspect, producing the experience of remembering and remembering. This is where the human self then begins to live a life of conscious awakening and connection to his or her soul self and God's source. Is this sounding familiar to a lot of y'all? Family, a lot of y'all feeling this right now? Like that human self is just rising to a higher vibration, whether you like it or not. But most of y'all was like this when y'all was kids. By accessing your own self, by accessing your own soul self, you up level into your own expanded soul awareness and unified connection with Source. What comes with this is a sense of deep ease, relief, and insight, along with a surge of life force energy. There is also a sense of thrill at expanding into and embodying the higher aspect of you. However, this is a choice. Family, listen. However, this is a choice. First, the human self must seek the higher insight direction, wisdom and guidance of the soul self, and we know who that is. Shout out to the mother God. And when the human self reaches the expanded awareness of the soul self, again, it is upon the individual to either choose to embody and live with the new truth and vibrational platform it now knows, or choose to renounce it and continue to live with the discomfort of old patterns. Can I say that again? Because how I like doing it. I want to make sure that y'all hear this right. However, this is a choice. First, the human self must seek the higher insight, direction, wisdom, and guidance of the soul self. And when the human self reaches the expanded awareness of the soul self, again, it is upon the individual to either choose to embody and live with the new truth and vibrational platform it now knows, or choose to renounce it and continue to live with the discomfort of old patterns. And who wants to do that? Because we are all, in essence, like and originate from the same place, we are all connected. So when one individual traverses a human issue or blockage or makes an elevated consciousness shift, creating deeper alignment between its human self and soul self, the whole of the collective consciousness shifts and experiences a vibrational upgrade. At an even larger level, the consciousness shift also shifts things multi-dimensionally. Are y'all right? Y'all good out there? We good. I told y'all it's gonna be real tonight. I told y'all I'm not. This is a mystery school now. We're gonna learn. We're gonna heal. Let's keep going. When the human self and soul self increasingly remember, it dramatically alters perception of life and deepens one's connections to the essence of all things from the connection. And let me read that again slowly. When the human self and soul self increasingly remember, it dramatically alters perception of life and deepens one's connection to the essence of all things from the connection one has with oneself to the connection one has with another being, animal, plant, environment, system, planetary system, or current consciousness structure. This is because the human self begins to become aware that it is also all these things. And we're going to have, listen, you got notes, we're going to have lessons tonight. So make sure you got your pen and your pad. I'm sweating, but I'm sweating for justice. I'm sweating for spiritual liberation. I'm sweating for you. Who you are and your unique vibrations. Listen, family, listen to what I'm telling you. Are you listening? Are you? Listen. You are beautiful. You are a beautiful combination of vibrations distant to you. Damn, listen. You are a beautiful combination of vibrations distant to you. Yes, just you. This vibration is a resource of information and data you draw upon, live from, and are the expression of. This is why you are skilled, knowledgeable, and interested in certain things and not others. The sum of your vibration, especially the vibration you draw upon the most, is what radiates outward into the world. Your unique set of energies is the framework of your soul work and purpose. When you embrace, utilize, and promote within yourself all the things in which you are interested and skilled, you will naturally feel good about who you are. And it says, I don't mind sharing. In that case, knowledge, gnosis. Your authenticity will shine through in life. People and opportunities will respond to you accordingly. And whether you sleep at night or waking up to this presentation, I'm going to read that again. And I want you to carry with this. I'm going to say it slowly so you can write it down. That's you, your authenticity will shine through and life people, I'm going to read that again. I don't want to mess up this good quote for you. Your authenticity will shine through and life, people, and opportunities will respond to you accordingly. Yes, I can repeat that again because I messed up a couple times. Your authenticity will shine through and life, people, and opportunities will respond to you accordingly. Make sure you write that down. When you attune yourself to yourself and embrace, and I quote, who you are activating and aligning your whole being in a way that will cause a shift in consciousness. You will begin to perceive yourself and the world differently. Some of you experience this now, yes? You will be propelled to live life in a different way, taking inspiration and direction from an inner source through multi-sensory initiative and energetic means. And so your life becomes the living expression of your unique vibration as you expand upward and outward. Pretty magical, huh? Embracing and knowing yourself is not always easy. Family, listen. You see people on Facebook, you see some of them, they're super stunting. You see all types of stuff and you feel like, man, you know what? I could be doing better than what she doing. I could be doing what better than he doing. Focus on yourself will get you past better than what they're doing because you're working your own magic is what we're trying to tell you in this video, in this presentation. Embracing and knowing yourself is not always easy. We know this, family. It's not always easy. Life gives us the incredible opportunity to experience diversity and polarities.